Welcome back to Judo Highlights, guys. Let's take a look at the 81 kg category. And Fujiwara from Japan, he's not one of the top 10 seeds. He's actually down somewhere in 30th place, but he is a very high level judoka, and I think he does deserve mentioning. But he's not my number one pick. My number one pick is coming up after this. Might be a little bit surprising, but Fujiwara could definitely take gold as well. He's definitely got all the skills, but he hasn't competed since Paris 2020, so he might be a little bit rusty. Anyway, guys, this is my number one pick for the gold medalist in the 81 kg category, Boltabayev from Uzbekistan. With the team that they're sending, there's so many really great judoka in that entire team, and I'd be really surprised not to see an Uzbekistan world champion in 2021. And Boltabayev, he's had some sensational results in recent time. So he's in the final at Tashkent, and he claimed gold against Molay at Tel Aviv. So that's two really great results at 2 Grand Slams in a row. And a lot of the top seeds, the 81 kg category, he's actually beaten. He's had wins against Molay, he's had wins against Ivanov, Cassie, DeWitt, and he's even got a win over Fujiwara. So I think he's a bit difficult for people to handle. He's a strong, shorter, stockier 81 kg fighter. He's really good at just staying strong, staying upright, keeping his balance, and then looking for the right opportunity. As you see here against DeWitt, just waiting for the right opportunity and countering when he needs to. And obviously he's got big pickups. I mean, Molay is a strong guy here, and here's Boltabayev just kind of manhandling him. So it really speaks to the strength of Boltabayev, and I think this might be his time. Nice Taotoshi as well that he's got. Big Uranage as well, so he's got all the techniques, he's got all the coaching in the world, so I think he's going to be first place on the podium. And another guy who could take number one is Molay. Now Molay is a previous world champion, so he knows what it takes to be a world champion. He's obviously had a lot of problems recently, you know, moving countries, moving dojos, basically competing for Mongolia. But I do think that he's kind of starting to build upon his previous success. He's getting better and better after moving to his new country. So as I mentioned, Tel Aviv, he met Boltabayev in the final, losing, but getting to the final is no easy feat. He did lose to Lee from Korea earlier on at Tashkent, but you know, Molay, he's got an interesting style. He does well against Europeans, and there are a lot of Europeans in this World Championships, so it'll be interesting to see how he does. And next up, I'd be remiss if I didn't talk about Cassie. Cassie is the number one seed. He always has really strong results, and look at this Newaza transition. That he has such a high level of Newaza, but I think people are starting to see his patterns and give him some troubles. He does have a nice Seoi Nage and a nice Kochimaki Komi, but he doesn't really have the throwing prowess of a lot of other guys, but he makes up for it in his ability to submit people on the ground. I mean, look at this. No idea how he got that guy's arm out of there, but he's just so good at the Newaza, and number one seed, so you never know. He may be world champion. But if he meets up with Fujiwara, I don't like that matchup for him. I think Fujiwara will be hard to get down to the ground. Real stand-up judo, as the Japanese like, but we'll see. Alright, next up is DeWitt. And DeWitt is a long, rangy judoka. Here he is setting up a nice triangle submission on Muki. You can see Muki starts to tap, but the referee doesn't notice it, as judo referees like to do. They like to just stand there and not look at things. But yeah, DeWitt, always a strong competitor. He's lost to Boltabayev. He's lost to Ivanov and Molay. but he's also had wins against Sagimuki, and he has won against Malaya in the past, so you never know what you're going to get from DeWitt on the day. He's always a strong competitor, and I definitely think he'll bring his A game for the World Championships. Anyway guys, that's it from me. Let me know if I missed anyone, and like, subscribe for these videos, helps me a lot. Peace.